A big part of how to day trade stocks is knowing how to manage the trade, or more specifically, you need to know when you take profits, but even more specifically, when you start to take those final profits before you just let the position work for you and then you eventually get stopped out. And what I want to share with you is, what I like to call the rule of two. And it's a way where I know how to personally, and this is, I can't say through statistical evidence, but just through years of trading, seems to work out. And then there's some patterns out here that I'll get to later on that I think kind of back up maybe why I've noticed what I've noticed. And that's why those patterns even exist. But to set up some context here, let's just set up. So this is me, Clay, and I go out there and I make a trade. So let's just kind of set this up. And I should note that I'm not going to stay here on this chalkboard the entire time, so no worries. This is not like, well, I think this is how the market works. No, I'm going to use real life results from myself that I've recorded. So like I said, let's go and set up the context here and show this first part of the trade.
I almost wonder about 163. Yeah, I do like 163. So if it looks like it's going to break through 163. Okay, I'm in at 163.13. Let's see if I can pull some off here, down here at, there we go. See if I can get some more. Let's see if I can get this move down to 162-ish. Am I being greedy? This move's getting pretty overextended. Okay, taking some more off there because I think I might. I mean, this is a very overextended move. Still have 200 shares though to take advantage of a continued move. I still could take a small loss on my final 200 shares if it gets up over 163.25. So I'm not out of the woods yet. Now it's going to be a winning trade. But my point here is the final 200 shares, because I want to give this thing some wiggle room. I could still technically take a loss on. But yeah, let's see if this thing, I still like the chance of it getting, being able to get down below 162.
All right, so phase one complete. I've taken starting profits, right? So managing a trade, if you want to do it right with good habits, you want to scale out of positions. So you saw me just take my starting profits, but then you also heard me say, well, I'm now looking at 162. So let's go and pick it up from that point.
But I'm just not willing to take anything more off the table as of now, unless it can get down at least below 162. So again, just to reiterate, this will be a winning trade. It just may not be as a big of a winning trade as there's the break. Let's get some more follow through. Come on. Ooh. That quickly snapped back above 162.
So there we are, failure one. Now, as traders though, a key dynamic is you don't want to just be too aggressive. You don't want to just freak yourself out and then all of a sudden you do something, and then had you waited just a little bit more, had you given the price just a little more opportunity, you would have been sitting there saying, you're just raking in that much dough. So you don't want to jump too fast. You don't want to be too antsy. You don't want to be too nervous. You want to give the price a chance. You want to give it an opportunity to move like you believe it's going to move. And I believed it could move down through 162, and you saw it. It happened very, very briefly, and then moved back up. So that was failure number one. So I'm still holding because, like I said, you want to give it a chance. You don't want to take your final profits yet. Give the thing an opportunity to move. So let's see how it continue to play out.
See if it wants to give it another go. Maybe this can be the true push to the downside. Well, that's twice now. It's broken down below that level and failed. So taking out another 100 now at 162.13 for that reason. You saw it happen twice. Got down below 162 and both times failed.
So again, failure number two. So at this point, and you saw, what did I do? Well, I took and I pulled profits off from 100 more shares. So took profits. I should say took final profits. But again, you always got to acknowledge there's no such thing as a guarantee in the market. You could be wrong. I could have been wrong. So how did I factor that in? Well, I still held 100 shares, right? So at this point in time, I still had a 100 share position just because, like I said, just because something fails twice does not mean for sure guaranteed, oh, it's going to reverse direction on you. Like I said, a general rule of thumb, you know what? Take those final profits, hang on to something, and you don't exit those until you get stopped out, right? That's what is known as letting the position work for you. Because if you're wrong and it goes in your favor, hey, at least you still have something to work in your favor. But you also have to admit, with 2 failures, maybe just maybe this thing's getting ready to snap back against you. So in that situation, well, let's just take those final profits down at a good area so you can try to maximize the trade as much as possible. So let's just see how the rest of this all played out.
But I still do have 100 shares left. Now, at this point in time, if it goes up over 162.75-ish, I will be out. So this is definitely a winning trade regardless. It's just really a question of how big of a winning trade is it going to be. Have a mental stop loss in. So again, if it goes up above 162, we'll call it 75-ish, I'll get out. But now let's see if this thing wants to break to the downside. As you saw, it's tried twice and failed twice. Twice. I think I'm saying that word right. You know, the challenges of trying to... Come on. Sometimes if you talk sweetly to them and whisper sweet nothings in their ear, they cooperate. Come on, Boeing. Come on. You know you want to flush. No, Boeing is having none of my sweet talk. It is having none of my sweet talk. Again, if it gets above over 75, I am out using a mental stop. You know, if it comes back down to 162, I will probably look to add, but at this point, it looks like it's going to have to stop me out. Is it going to roll back over? So close. All right, all out there. So $346, not bad at all. And, you know, this was all, I mean, you saw that play out. Well, I guess you didn't see me type it up exactly, but you heard me typing. But right there, just to show, right there. So started talking about 162.35 and then did the BA update. And then I made a mention that I edited it. So that pen right there means I edited the thing to the 162.65. So yeah, I got in a little bit sooner, but that's why, I mean, you got to be able to think for yourself a little bit. I mean, I can't handhold the entire time, but even if you did just get in at the 160, or even if members got in at the 162.65, still, oh wow, look at that. Well, I'm glad I locked in some profits down here. Remember the 100 shares that I took off down around that area right there at 162.13 was because we watched it together. This is awesome. Some great learning here. We watched it twice, violate 162, and both times it just did not work out.
Quite the bounce, huh? That thing, kaboom, in the other direction. Once again, I'm not trying to sit here and say that I knew that was going to happen. I'm not trying to sit here and say that always happens. But like I said, that's why I use that rule of 2. If it fails twice, take those final profits, keep some shares just in case you're wrong, or contracts or whatever you're trading. And, you know, let the rest of the trade play out. But I'll tell you what, taking those final profits where I did, that felt great, because had I just held on to everything and then got stopped out, well, then the trade would have had a much different outcome. And for me, like I said, I don't have any sort of statistical evidence. This is just more of a feel. This is more of a just through experience, what I've seen. But like I said, and if you have even really a basic understanding of technical patterns, some of the most foundational ones out there are the double top, the double bottom, the keyword, of course, being double, which is, twice. So maybe that's why those patterns are where those are coming from, because for whatever reason, once something happens twice, there's odds that things get turned on. Now, of course, there is the triple top and triple bottom. So that's why I say, I'm not saying this is some sort of like holy grail happens every time rule, but I think that's why I've noticed what I've noticed, and why, the rule of 2 is a good way to implement into your trade management, because things do, if it hits it twice, double top, probably going to reverse around. Double bottom, which is essentially what we had here in a very micro sense, it ended up, reversing back around. in a very big way, as you just saw right there. So that is how I like to take those final profits. You got to find a middle ground, because just because something fails once, that doesn't mean it's going to reverse. You just give it a little bit more time. Give it a little breathing room. Let things play out, kind of get a feel. But if it's another move, in this situation, that second one through 162, and then back up it goes, at that point, might want to consider taking those final profits from the position. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this can help, construct and manage your trades a little bit better, where you can pull out more money from them, and then ultimately, keep your account growing that much quicker. Now, if you found this video helpful, a couple quick requests on my part. First off, just hit that like button. That's a very time efficient way to say, Clay, yeah, this was a good video. And please keep making more like those, especially the combination chalkboard, and then taking you and showing my real life trading results. And also, comments, questions, suggestions, please leave those down below. If you've watched any of my past videos, I do read and reply to all comments. And then finally, if you enjoyed the channel as a whole, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like the live trade videos that the portions of this video, I have an entire playlist where it's just live trade videos. So you can check that out on the channel. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.